we don't know too much about Helene Jegado, mainly because she may have taken a 10-year break in her activities, but also because a little man named Napoleon Bonaparte achieved a coup d'etat in Paris, later appointing himself emperor, and that took over news reporting and public attention just a little bit. Jegado was born 220 years ago on a small farm in Brittany. Her mother died when she was only 7, and she, having no other prospects, was sent to work with 2 of her aunts as a servant in a rectory at Bubry. When she was 24, she went with one of the aunts to Séglien and became a cook for the parish priest there. No one should have let this woman cook, or even be in a kitchen, or around valuables, or people even for that matter. The parish priest accused her of adding hemp from his greenhouse to his soup, but other than that, it was pretty low-key employment as far as we know. She would be 30 before the real issues began, we think. By that time, she was working for a different priest, Father François Le Drogo in Guem. Over the course of a little more than 3 months, 7 people died in the house Drogo suddenly. There was the priest, his elderly parents, and Anne Jegado, who was there visiting her sister, and 3 others. She seemed all sad and gladly about the death, so people never suspected she had anything to do with it. Why would a super religious person have anything to do with killing? A pious woman would never kill, right? Only the year before, a cholera epidemic killed a whole lot of people, so many deaths that should have been suspicious were actually being considered natural. Jegado left Guem to take her dead sister's place in Bubry. Again, over the course of about 3 months, more people died. There were 3, including the aunt who remained there. She was caring for them right before they died, and still she wasn't suspected. She left Bubry for La Commune then and rented a room from a local needleworker, Marie-Jean Le Boucher, who also had a daughter living with her. Both would end up dead. Le Boucher also had a son, though, and he merely fell ill, but survived. Having lost her landlady, another took her in, Madame Laurie. Jegado prepared soup for Laurie, who, you guessed it, took ill and died. That's 13 if you're counting. 13 in about 2 years or so. Madame Toussaint would hire Jegado next. 4 people would fall dead, and the death toll, so far as we can be sure, reached 17. Jegado then continued to work as a cook. Unbelievably, in Auray, Pont-Levis, Orléans, and Port-Louis, and wherever she went, people fell ill or died, including a little child, Marie Breger, who died at Château de Souilly. Prior to this, many victims showed signs and symptoms of arsenic poisoning. After this, there appears to be a decade break where Jegado merely stole from her many employers, but didn't kill anyone. When she was 46, she was working in the house of Théophile Bédard, who taught law at the University of Rennes. Another servant there, Rose Tessier, fell ill and died. It would be Jegado tending to her deathbed. The next year, another servant, Rosalie Sarrazin, died as well. 2 physicians became suspicious, finally, after seeing similarities between the symptoms of the 2 servants, and asked Sarrazin's family to allow them to conduct an autopsy. At the time, autopsies were quite infrequent, and families were reluctant to allow them. Sarrazin's family did, though, and Jegado would be arrested. Even prior to her arrest, she would announce her innocence, which only made others more suspicious of her. The French court, even then, was an inquisitorial system, and therefore had the power to order investigations and seek information on its authority. There was a reliably thorough inquiry in this case that linked Jegado to 23 deaths in total. Most were never prosecuted, however, because of a 10-year time limit. Rumor and legend took over then, and Jegado was linked to many, many unexplained or suspicious deaths. Based on reliable estimates and filtering for legend, she most likely killed 36 people all told, but would be convicted in the deaths of only 3, the attempted murders of 3, and 11 cases of theft. She was demonstrably mentally unstable during her trial, switching moods frequently and becoming violently aggressive one minute, pious another, and humble in yet another. Few would say she did not even know what arsenic was, but there was overwhelming evidence that she did know, and in fact probably stole a large quantity of arsenic from one of her employers. Arsenic was in common use in France at the time, and knowledge of the substance was fairly common knowledge. Evidence also showed that most victims died of arsenic poisoning, but some had also been poisoned with antimony, another commonly used but dangerous substance. Jegado would say that murdering people gave her an enjoyable sense of power. Her defense lawyer would try to use phrenology, that's the debunked study of the shape of the head to determine personality traits and criminality, to save her, but the jury convicted. He would then tell the court that she should be given more time to repent and that she should not be sent to the guillotine because she would soon die of cancer anyway. Well, that didn't work, and so guillotined she was in February 1852 before a large crowd in France. Napoleon's antics would soon take over the attention of the people, and so for a while at least, Jegado, the serial killer, was lost in the fog of history, though she was one of France's first known and most prolific serial killers. In Rennes, in modern times, there is a bakery that sells Helene Jegado cakes, the classic Breton cake guaranteed to contain no arsenic, but made from Jegado's own recipe. Until next Saturday, have a great week. If you're enjoying these videos and want more, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any videos. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.